Okay. Kushwanth ji, please share your screen. Yeah, Mr. Kush can start.
Good evening, everyone. So my use case is a CA bot, which is a personal assistant. Day-to-day offices, we're going to have limited staff and limited time. And due to this issue, though we have some more tasks, we can't able to complete everything on time, or though we are able to complete it on time, we need to spend some more time. I mean, like excess hours, need to stay at offices till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the night. So for this particular problem, what I gave it as a solution is that a personalized AI assistant. So I had coded this using the ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Python. So what it basically going to do is that it is going to accept a query like our assistant, and based on that, it is going to perform some predefined RPAs. So what I exactly did is that had just taken some queries and the problems that CAs are facing in their day-to-day life, and based on their problems, had just gave the training to my data set that these are the problems that are being faced by the CAs, and if the CA is going to give this particular query to you, you just perform this type of action, something like that. So I'm just going to, without further delay, I'm just going to open my use case. So is my screen visible?
Yes, Mr. Kushwanth, please go ahead.
So this is the bot that I had designed. So as soon as the bot got opened, it is just going to wish me, and after wishing me, it is just going to give me the information that are currently pending with me for the next 3 days, and also the tasks, the notice that I have to deal with, and the tasks that I have to deal with. So how it is getting this information exactly? For example, in my office, I have 5 people, and each one need to share the same common database. So to do that, I had just integrated Google Sheets. So I had integrated Google Sheets with my database so that every time the software is going to open, it will fetch the information from the Google Sheets, and based on that, it is going to give me the important information. And I made sure that this particular bot is going to work on NLP basis, which means it is capable for understanding what we are saying, and it can support both all languages. It can support all regional languages like Hindi, English, Telugu, and each and every language out there. For example, I want to add a new notice to this particular list. Rather than going to the Google Sheet, I can directly enter the information in this particular bot. Add a notice. And it is going to understand what I'm trying to say. And based on that, it will give me an output. So here it is asking me the client name. Let me just type my name. And the issue can be like GST 2A versus 3B. And here I can select the employees. I'm selecting myself as an employee over here. And as the reply was not yet submitted, I'm just selecting this as no. And the date of notice can be somewhere like 27 Thursday. And the reply due date can be like 31st March for the time being. So as soon as you're going to click on submit, this particular information will be added directly to the Google Sheet over here. And at the same time, the same information will be communicated with my employee via email. The same information will be communicated via email. Here it was just sent 0 minutes ago. It is just going to explain that this is the client and this is the discrepancy and this is the information. And accordingly, the software is also going to ask me whether the same need to be communicated over WhatsApp to the employee, because most of the employees might not be able to see their mails. So I'm just going to click simply on S, and it will draft me a predetermined message and will open the WhatsApp and will send a message to that particular employee. And I can simply click on enter over here. Similarly, it is capable of dealing with various things rather than only dealing with the notice management and task management. Something like, for example, I want to analyze my tally data. I just made sure that this particular bot is capable of understanding everything related with the tally. So for that particular purpose, I created a company with no vouchers entered. I created a company with no voucher center. So in this particular company, now I want to need some data, and based on that particular data, I want to give it some analysis, something like more than 10,000 cash payments and some kind of analysis. So to do that, I'm just going to ask my bot to create me a tally data and analyze it. So based on my prompt, it will start creating the tally data on its own without any information from my end. And based on that, it will try to analyze the data and give me a detailed analysis of my tally data. Something like what are the more than 10,000 cash payments, more than 2 lakh cash receipts, and whether there is any kind of negative cash balances and so on. So it will take some time to create the data and visualize everything out there. So in the meantime, we can also perform some other actions while it is trying to analyze my tally data. So I also just made sure that this particular bot is capable of handling the income tax and GST websites. For example, I want to download GST 2A. So I'm just going to give a prompt as download GST 2A for the financial year 23-24. So based on my prompt, it is going to understand that the user is asking for financial 23-24, which means there will be 12 months. And based on that, it will try to download each and every month. So I'm just going to simply click on enter. And this prompt can also be given in native language, something like in Hindi or Telugu. And here I'm going to enter the username and password. And post login, I'm just going to simply come back to my software and click on OK. And it will take some couple of seconds and it will try to give me that particular 2A of the full financial year in single Excel sheet. So this is the information that I had received. This is the full year's GST 2B, sorry, GST 2A, and this is month wise. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and November, and every month. And also compile information of full year. So accordingly, it is also capable of creating PPTs and everything. So how I had developed exactly this particular tool? I just went to the chat GPT and just asked it to create a Python code to create an interface, to create a chat interface. So, and it gave me a code, and slowly I just tried to increase its capabilities, explaining it everything in detail. These are the problems that we are facing, and I want to solve all these problems. And I just split each and every issue into small parts, and I just
Last 2 minutes.
And I just try to make it understand what exactly my problem is. So based on that, it will try to give me that particular kind of analysis. Let's come back to the tally data. Earlier, there isn't used to be any kind of entries, but now if I see it over here, I have full tally data. Sales, purchase, indirect expenses, and also the balance sheet. And it will take a couple more seconds to visualize this entire data and give me detailed analysis. So these are the capabilities that I had tried to involve in this particular bot. Automating the reports, GST 2B versus books reconciliation, notice management, and everything. I think the data analysis is taking some more time than expected. Yes. So here I'm getting the data analysis. So this is the analysis that it is going to give after analyzing my entire tally data. So these are my cash and bank charts. So if I observe here, there is a 0. So all these lines represents there is a negative cash balance. So based on that, I can ask my client. And this is the ratios of my indirect expenses and my sales and purchase ratio. And here I can see the cash payments exceeding 10,000 and everything. And I can simply download the data by clicking over here in an Excel. So it had analyzed my entire tally data, and based on that, it gave me this particular analysis. So with this, I want to thank the AI company for giving me this opportunity. And I thank you, sir.